Claire, you're coming into your third World Cup now. How much does it mean to you to be preparing for another tournament of this magnitude?
Yeah, it's very special. I mean, as a footballer, you want to play at the biggest tournaments in the world, and the World Cup is the biggest stage for women's football, and it's very exciting to be preparing for my third World Cup.
Who are some of the players that you've really seen come on in recent times and you think will make an impact at this World Cup?
Yeah, I think Lisa Devanna is probably the one who's developed a lot, more so off the field. We all know how much of an impact she has on the field, and I think in the last few months she's really developed herself and her leadership skills off the field, and that's just something that she can add to her game. We've got Caitlin Ford on the field who can change any game, and Savette Uzenlar's come back into the team after I think maybe a year off or so, and she's just solidified at her position in not only the squad but the starting team, and she's going to be an important player for us.
Going back a year or so ago, it was quite a tough time for the Matildas. The coach, Hesterina de Roy, sacked, some player unrest with her. What was that time like for the squad, and you as the captain, what did you try and do to move past that?
Yeah, it was a tough time, and I think as players we copped a little bit of slack for that, but I think we learn a lot of lessons from that time, and hopefully that sort of made us stronger on and off the pitch, and I think we've moved past it quite well, and as I said, I think we've learned a lot of lessons that we can take forward.
What is the culture now within this team that you think will help bring success in Canada?
Yeah, I think there's a few things that we've tried to focus on, and we're starting to get belief in the group, positivity, and as I said, we've really united as a group, and I think that's only going to help us.
Taking on the USA, Sweden and Nigeria in your group, particularly US and Sweden, two top 5 teams, it's quite formidable. How do you approach that task?
Yeah, we've I think as a group we're quite excited about the draw that we've got. We're at a World Cup and we want to be playing the best team, so that come the grand final day, we know that we've beaten every single team to get there, and it's going to be a really good challenge for us, and I think one that we'll accept and try and do our best.
So you mentioned the final there. Is that something you've spoken about as a group, making it all the way?
Yeah, I think anytime you go into a tournament you want to do as well as you can, and we've got a very, very talented group with a lot of potential, and there's no reason why we can't make that final and take it out.
Looking at the bigger picture, how important is it for the Matildas to perform well here to help women's football grow in Australia?
Yeah, I think in our previous World Cups we've set a pretty high standard, and to grow women's football in Australia, we have to, be succeeding on the world stage. And I think if we can better our result from the last World Cup and keep improving, then, it's going to encourage more people to follow the Matildas, follow the W League, and really get on board with women's football in Australia.
And looking down the track, say, another 4 years coming up to the next World Cup, what do you hope the climate is for women's football in Australia? Yeah,
hopefully, the success that we can build a culture in Australia where, everyone loves to watch women's football, support women's football, play women's football, and where it's the leading women's game in Australia. And I think if we can get the W League to a standard where we can have a longer league, get more international recognition, and have the support there in the game, I think we'll be in a better place.
Well, Clare Polkinghorne, good luck in Canada, and thank you for talking to the ABC.
Thanks very much.